In the last video, we talked a bit about Addison Rae, and I think she's going to be an exciting unit for really teams of all colors and especially rainbow teams. But let's talk about some really strong potential combos in Light. And specifically, let's start with the completely free one that is and will be coming to us now and in the future. Okay, so now let's talk about some Addison Rae partners. And this here is Locke. I think Locke is a really important Addison Rae partner, and I think that it's no coincidence that we got Addison while Locke is still free and available. If you have not already taken advantage of this, or if somehow you're a non-Wotive player watching this video, this is a great way to get into the game right now. Locke has been getting some pretty bad reviews because despite him being a very evasive unit, he is a bit fragile and he doesn't have a lot of the other things that evasion units really need to be viable. That being said, he's probably more evasive than Yuffie in a lot of cases, even though he doesn't have a lot of her other bells and whistles. This, well, Soul Regram specifically gives him a lot of those bells and whistles, so let me go back to the Addie Rae kit just to remind you what that does. Alright, so we're gonna get Courage, Threshold HP Recovery, and Ignore Sure Hit. So let's look at Locke already. Very evasive unit. I think in some ways more evasive than Elena, but Elena maybe has better evasion support. But also he has reflex, which is fucking annoying, and a point in his favor, so even if he can't evade it, he can still evade it, which is just great. But I want you to notice Boon of the Phoenix gives him auto restore of AP, which is great for him, but also auto revive. With Soul Regram plus Boon of the Phoenix, he has Courage, Auto Revive, a 50% heal at 20% health, AP Auto Restore, and for the next 3 turns, guaranteed hit moves won't hit him. He's already, again, as I said, a very evasive unit, and it was really just becoming the commonality of guaranteed hit moves that pushed him specifically out of the meta. If it were not for that, he would be dominating in many ways the evasion meta even now. And I think the ability to give any unit sure hit avoidance really changes the game for maybe a lot of other evasion units like him that didn't get that as a part of their upgrade. But I think specifically in that a lot of those units usually have a survivability mechanic built into them, and he has neither of the ones that she adds. But in addition, the ability to double down with auto revive and give you auto revive and courage, this guy could be really remarkably, amazingly frustrating to kill. Like, even if you can hit him after Soul Regram, he is going to be a pain in the ass to take out. In addition to that, he does, well, he's got one. He really likes to use AP Hunt, actually. So he has one good AoE skill. One good AoE skill. That's not terrible. But I'm still gonna say what? One good AoE skill. He has some options, but for Bartz, who is a free unit that is coming in the future and who was the first 100 cost light free unit for JP, and a unit that we'll be getting in like 2 to 3 months. Oh no, have they still not? They probably still haven't translated it, have they? When friendly unit is in range, cast another attack skill. And this is a follow-up attack. Is it here? Okay, yes. It has a very low damage modifier. However, it dispels, protect, and shell, and it has a pretty good range away from him. So this will act as a follow-up hit on any unit hit by a unit near him. And I think this is actually the range for the skill. So anyone within like a large diamond of him who uses a skill, I believe. Like say somebody over here uses a skill in this square all the way at the edge, and they use it against like this area over here, he will follow hit all of them and remove their protect and shell, which is probably more impactful than the follow-up hit, but this is completely typeless damage, so there's not really any way to tank it. Well, it is a physical attack, so I guess like defense could tank it, or physical barriers could tank it, but it's difficult to tank in that it doesn't have an element or an attack type, and we'll again get rid of those two things. So going back to Addison Rae, let me just point out all of her fucking AoE moves that could abuse this. Well, first off, LB. You know, AoE LB, that's nothing special. Lots of units have that. Okay, well that big dispel that I was talking about earlier, that's a pretty nice AoE. So, and also when you think about all the things that this dispels, Protect and Shell are not among them. So when you stack Dispelling, Protect, and Shell onto this is a real slate wiper in addition to Bart's. But let's keep going. We aren't even in the main kit yet, and that's going to be the most impactful. Hey, look, she's got another massive AoE skill, 3 casts, so she can use this pretty reliably. And oh, look, it's the one that reduces AoE resistance and destroys their offensive capabilities. With Bart's, this would also have a follow-up hit that would also destroy their defensive capabilities, and I'm just feeling like the 3 of these units might be absolutely fucking broken together. The only thing I think you would have to do to make this team work, well, you'd have to run Locke in slot 1 so that he would have the +1 initial hate, which would get Addison Rae probably in slot 2 to target him reliably. Otherwise, you may have to run him with something like a bow tie just to override other effects and get Addison to target him immediately. Now, even with this hate, he probably won't function as your tank because evasion and tanking don't actually overlap in this game, even if you wish they would. So, again, even though he's got a bow tie on him, he's not your tank, but he is going to be very, very durable even after his 3 turns run out for sure hit avoidance. So that's going to be pretty special. And then you've got Bart's in there just fucking shit up, doing extra damage and doing Bart's things. And the best thing about this whole team is that it is free to pull. Not necessarily free to play, although it's very free to play friendly. I would say that you probably want to be buying like the 200 shards. There's other resources that you want to spend, but maybe a 10,000 viz investment for each of these characters, 30,000 viz, and then investing some of your like Mog Shop medals and stuff into them and stuff to get them leveled up. And if you can get them to 115, 120, build them up into 140, I think this could be a breakthrough team for a lot of free-to-play players that don't have a solid mono elemental 140 team. This could be a really easy way to get in there and to get that for maybe under 40,000 viz, which is usually what it takes just to guarantee a pull of another unit. So this is a super, super discounted way to get yourself a very powerful and just almost a very much designed for it combo centric, very interesting team to go around Addison Rae. And look, I think that because of these effects, Addison Rae is probably one of the most interesting rainbow units in this game. Like, she just does so many things that so many other units don't do, both in offense, defense, support, whatever, what have you, that I think she could fit in on roughly any other team. But let's talk about some more light units that she would work particularly well with. And I think that one of those is going to be Elena. Though I think you're going to want to be doing essentially the exact same things that you would be doing with Bart's, putting Elena on slot 1, maybe giving her something to give her a little bit of hate. What you probably want to do, even though this is her upgraded skill, is let me actually, so you English-speaking folks can read. I mean, not like I can read it either, really. I've tempered my resolve. You probably want to turn this off because usually when she has that turned off, she instead goes for this. So if you give her sure hit avoidance, evasion rate 25, AP consumption down by 33, and then courage and a threshold heal as well, Elena is going to be really hard to take off the map and just really hard to hit in general. And again, it's not just because of the sure hit avoidance, but also the fact that removing courage from her required buff pattern really makes it easy for her both to go into a good offensive mode, because decrease AP consumption 33% is pretty impactful, but also 25% evasion rate pushes her evasion even higher and really combos quite effectively with that sure hit avoidance. And for both her and Locke, this can be set up on the first turns of both units super easily. These are all priority buffs for them. This is very easy for you to set up. I think these are going to be amazing together. Elena herself, though, is not a free unit. That's why I saved her for 4th, but she is one of those, like, has been a flagship light unit since she came out. And so if you have an Elena and you're looking for a way to run her in your newer light compositions, holy crap, y'all, Addison Rae could really work well with that. And then finally, Summer Killfae. Why Summer Killfae? Because Summer Killfae is fucking amazing. That's why. Summer Killfae will break your face. Let me just explain why Summer Killfae is amazing real quick. Let me get off JP again. Even without 140, she is like the epitome, or at least she was for a while, the epitome of like a tank buster. I am seeing that unfortunately she doesn't really have a stacked passive. She's a 90 cost unit. She's also an older unit. I'm not expecting that from her, but an upgrade to something like Natural Instincts would be pretty cool. Just saying. Whoa, okay. There's other things you could do, definitely, though. Let's see. This is a great move. She can give herself defense penetration. So getting to 40-40 back in the day, that was pretty good. Again, I think she probably, yeah, actually, looking at her main kit, I go back to this and say, yeah, I want 40 slash attack resistance penetration here. And I don't know, maybe some evasion stuff would be cool. Because Summer Killfae is not a particularly evasive unit. She can get hit without guaranteed hit. However, I think that if you ran her with Shadowcast, which has gotten quite a bit better, and also would give her a reaction block rate 50 for 3 turns, which would be really good for her outside of this, she could get pretty evasive and guaranteed hit avoid, a good way to heal back, and a survivability mechanic that keeps her from being one-shot are really the 3 things that this unit needed from the very beginning to be better. So she gets part of what she needs, in my opinion, from being comboed with Addison Rae. Soul Regram is just gonna help her a lot as a character to be viable. But the other thing that excites me here, other than it just being Summer Killfae, I love everything about this design. Like, you may think you understand it, but no. Look, the combination of this shade of blue and purple, just fucking amazing. Gold fringes on that purple, just I mean, those are the thinnest colors. Her sash is the thinnest colors, but she's still got this. And then there's kind of like a blue to purple gradient, but it's got the blades. It's got the blades that are the gold again, so we're bringing back the gold, and but it's largely a gold. Look, okay, stop at the colors of her umbrella makes me excited, right? Her TMR is amazing, but she doesn't have her 140 yet. If they really give her some amount of respect, I'm really hoping for a big passive upgrade to natural instincts. That's really what I want. Give me some evasion, give me some slash attack resistance penetration. I think if she had those two things, she could really be good. Come on, please, Gumi. She could work with Addison Rae with those changes. Come on, please do it for me. Please. You need viable axe units. You need it because your axe game is garbage. You know you could sell more Vega if there were like axe units for him to play with. Make her good. That's what I'm excited about and what I'm not excited about for this week. It has been quite a long video for a news video, but thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. You can like, subscribe, donate to the channel. There is a link tree in the description. Oh my god, I do so much content, y'all. I make games, I write fantasy books, I write more realistic books if you're looking for more of a drama thing. I do podcasts about human sexuality and health. I do podcasts about just whatever I'm feeling like talking about. If you just want to hear me talk about things, there's tons of podcasts you can subscribe to. I even have other YouTube channels. I leave that to you to peruse at your leisure, and you will find that once again in the description below. I would like to thank everybody for tuning into this strategy session, and see you in the next one.